All right, guys, let's go ahead and start our first meeting of the year, our work session, January 9th, 2023. And we're going to call this meeting to order, starting off with swearing in the board members. We have our amazing judge executive, and Mr. Bob's here to help us get that done.
All right. Where would you like for us to do this at? Just
Right in the
middle?
Right in the middle.
I think Mr. Goble would like you right there.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Oaths. Oh, here are the oaths. Okay. So let's see. Okay, that one. Okay, and does it matter which one we do first?
There's two.
There's two, Ken. You gotta take two oaths. All right. So is this okay right here?
Perfect.
All right. If you will raise your right hand, I will administer the oath, and you can reply with, I do.
We're not getting married, are we?
No, we're not getting married, that's all. Kent Mann, being duly sworn, says that he is eligible under the law to serve as a member of the Board of Education, and that he will not, while serving as a member of such board, become interested directly or indirectly in any contract with or claim against the board, that he will not in any way influence the hiring or appointment of district employees except the hiring of the superintendent of schools or school board attorney.
I do.
Okay, that's one.
Thank you.
All right, now we got one more. This is the big one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
The duel.
The duel. Okay. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this Commonwealth, and be faithful and true to the Commonwealth of Kentucky so long as you continue a citizen thereof? That you will faithfully execute to the best of your ability as Danville Independent School Board member according to the law? And do you further solemnly swear that since the adoption of the present Constitution, you, being a citizen of this state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within this state nor out of it, nor have you sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have you acted as a second in carrying a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person offending, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations, you're official.
Thank you so much.
And then will you send any other paperwork up there besides
Just
this?
that,
Just
so,
that?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
You'll be getting notifications on board vacancy,
Okay,
but other
Casey,
than that, yeah.
okay. All right, good
Casey,
deal.
yeah.
All right, now we have our election of officers. Do we have any nominations for board chair?
I'd like to throw my name out as consideration. I've served on many boards, boards of education, United Way boards, other boards, have held leadership positions within the community, and would just like to be considered as a new person, a new board member.
I'd like to enter my name in as chairman of the board. Since I've been on here 4 years, I have some experience in doing that.
Any other nominations?
I guess I'll throw my name in for board chair nomination. I put in a lot of time and effort into being on the board. Have included drafting the evaluation for Dr. Ross, along with putting in time with Jennifer on showing up to the schools on a regular basis to be present and talk, and have our phones available for everyone to contact us and let us know about the schools and just be informed on the schools, and like I said, showing up and open communication with Dr. Ross.
Okie dokie. Anyone else? So I gotta admit, I called KSBA because I was just out of the luck of having a tie of two. So this is even more of a shock. I didn't think to ask that question. What would happen? So the reality is what they told me, and they also told me to check with Vince in regards to this. They said all board decisions have to have a vote of 3. And with that being the case, if there was a tie, we would have to continue with our current vice chair until we had a full 5, and then have elections again in hopes of getting a 3-person vote, if that was the case. So here we are. And from my knowledge in the past, we have not done blind elections, so we will do the elections openly. And with that being the case, we'll start with Kent Mann. How many?
If I could make a suggestion, we probably need to have, so we have, what, 3 nominees?
We have 3
And
nominees.
you're exactly right, any decision would take 3 votes, but we probably need to have a motion from somebody.
Okay.
And I will withdraw my name, make it more interesting.
You'll do what?
So you
Withdraw my name.
Withdraw, okay. Okay.
I'm wondering, is this something that we can wait until a new person comes on, or do we need to get it done?
You could probably make a motion.
Well, we
I don't know.
can't conduct business without anything, right?
Yes,
Well,
system.
according to KSBA and the conversation I had last week, you can conduct business, you would just be doing it with a vice chair
Mhm.
until a chair was on, but as long as you have a quorum, you can conduct business. But vice chair would run the meetings until we had a full 5.
Because we still have a vice chair until a new one is elected. So that's an option. But for now, I guess the appropriate thing, would be to have some sort of motion.
The motion to close the slate of officers.
We can do a motion to close the nominations if you're all ready to do that, and then there could be a
I make a motion that we close the nominations.
I can second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Any opposed? Okay, we'll make a motion we'll accept the motion to table the nominations until we have a full 5. Which I was not prepared for, because that means.
Well, is that what
I'm just asking.
I mean, somebody would have, the question was asked, and it could be done by motion, but it could also be, somebody could make a motion to elect someone as the chair, if someone's moved to make that motion.
Could we just proceed and see what happens, and then if we have 2-2, then wait?
Well, if you have 2-2, you'll have to wait, because it'll just fail for, so I think one of the 2 things would be appropriate. Somebody can make a motion, and you can vote and see what happens, or if you want to table it until I don't know how long it's going to be until you have that vacancy filled.
Again, that's up to the board. They could, once this happens, it has to be posted for 2 weeks.
I think it has to be filled in 30 days.
30 days,
I think so.
So I think those would be the two options you could do. Go on and make a motion to elect someone, see what happens, or make a motion to table it until the 5th, until the vacancy is filled.
I mean, that would really just be the next meeting then, right?
When will the next meeting be?
23rd.
23rd.
And then we don't have another until the February 20th.
So you're correct.
Is there not a work session over here? No?
Well, I mean, I make a motion that we wait until we have a full board. I feel like the chair is a really important decision that we need to have all 5 people here for. That's my thought.
A second.
All in favor? Is there a vote? Well, then I am going to hand the meeting over to our current vice chair.
Was there, I wasn't clear. The vote on that last one was a little vague. So this is what, the motion to table it until,
There we go.
so who's in favor of that?
Jennifer, and I second.
And I'm in favor.
Okay. Anyone, is
And
anyone
that's
opposed to
literally the
that?
exact same motion that he made earlier to do it, so it was a vote then as well, correct? So,
Mr. Ball and Ms. Pusateri made the motion and seconded the motion to close the
To close
nomination.
nomination.
oh,
Right.
And
nomination, I'm
then
sorry.
this one
I'm
is
sorry.
to table it.
Gotcha.
Until the vacancy's filled. So maybe just, so the record's totally clear, maybe those who, so the motion is to table the election until the vacancy is filled, so maybe we could get a clear
Show of hands.
show of hands or roll call vote of who's in favor.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone opposed? Okay.
All right, so I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Ball is currently our vice chair. But before I do, because it's not a superintendent comment, I do want to introduce someone that I have the utmost respect for, and has just been a huge mentor for me this year, and that's Dr. Fred Carter. He is with KSA. He has been an athletic coach. He's been a teacher. He was an administrator for many years, also a superintendent for many years. If I'm not mistaken, close to 40 years in education.
A little more.
A little more than that. But anyway, he's just an amazing mentor and friend, and someone I can call any time of the day. And so just thank him for being here. He's also my coach, as I am a new superintendent in this role. So just thank you for making the time to be here today.
Thank you.
All right, now I'll hand it over to you, sir.
So now that I'm in charge, we're gonna have presentations from you, sir?
Well, I'd just like to let you guys know that he is representing your district really well. We meet about 17 days together with the other new superintendents scattered out here. We actually have 2 days later on this week, we're meeting Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
And so we meet monthly at least, and then we meet virtually more often than that. Ms. Pusateri represented you guys on a ILP team meeting we had earlier, and then also came first quarter and spent a full day following Dr. Ross around the district. And he's delightful to be around. It would surprise you to learn that, I'm sure. And he's fitting in well. He's a go-getter. He works hard. He does his homework. He connects with people. It's just like any new person in a new role. It's taken a while, but he's going to get there. He's doing a great job. When we have our discussions with the other new superintendents, he's well respected. I think being from Danville makes you well respected, as well as the experience he brings to the table. So it's going to be a rough year for him in terms of all the training requirements, because he does have to be out of district a total of about a month's work days. If you take those 17 days plus some other days we're together, meetings and that kind of thing, he's out about a month. So next year when he starts year 2, he'll have an additional month to devote to you folks. This year, any day he's not in the district, chances are he's with me. Next year, if he's not in the district, don't call me.
Or you'll be out of the line of fire there.
But I'm enjoying working with him. I'm enjoying getting better acquainted with him, and look forward to his capstone, which is going to be in late May, early June. And that you guys will set that. That's either a regular or special call board meeting, and that's when he'll do his presentation of kind of what's occurred this year and what all accomplishments have occurred under his leadership. And ideally, I'll share with you that would be a special call board meeting, and that would be his capstone plus the board evaluation of him, because you'll be evaluating him on those 7 standards just like his capstone based on. So that would be 2 separate evaluations the same night. I would come obviously for capstone, and then I would leave prior to the board evaluation. You go in closed session, and that would be yours. Again, that's your call. You could do it as a part of a regular board meeting, but it just makes a very long board meeting. So however you guys prefer to do that, I'm fine with that and work with that.
Can you send us a schedule of events that we need to we adhere to when all this is taking place, so we'll know all the roles will be apprised of it?
Actually, Dr. Ross has that.
Okay, good. Good. So we're going to have that.
Any questions from anyone? I'll always attend the board meeting for every new superintendent, and then the following day I'll do an email to him, kind of a follow-up, suggestions, ideas. I've been fortunate enough to work with 265 youth superintendents in Kentucky over the last 11, 12 years, and so I've attended a lot of board meetings. And, so I have some ideas that have worked in other places, and you guys can look at them, and if it works here, fine. If it doesn't, that's fine too, because every district is different.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I don't have any questions. Kim,
No.
Esther? No, I don't have anything. Thank you for your
Thank you, sir.
attendance, sir.
Appreciate it.
It helped guide him, guide us. Again, success for all.
Well, this district has a great reputation. I was superintendent of Glasgow Independent District for many years, and it's kind of the same type situation. Small independent district with high expectations
Yes.
and quite a reputation of success in the past and in the future.
Thank you very much. Yes, up to me. Okay. Next thing on here is the amendment on the agenda, and Susan told me we had two items, item 8 and 13, 8A and 13A. 8A is quotes for the lock cores at Tall Elementary, and 13 is the Rotary Club dues for Dr. Ross. So I just want like to have a motion to approve the amendment to the agenda for items 8A and 13A.
I make a motion to approve the amended agenda of items 8A and 13A.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. There are no further discussions on it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It is approved. So we approve those items.
While we're discussing Rotary, I had a friend who said Dr. Ross did a stellar job at the Rotary meeting. He made us proud.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
One of the things I say about Dr. Ross, he has certainly made his rounds in Danville, Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
I've even had him at the airport.
And they have some tough questions. They're only little wolves sometimes.
That's good questions, though. Yes.
Next item is item 5, is notice of board vacancy. And Susan, Dr. Ross, how many candidates did we get for that?
Well, this opens it up. Currently, we
Okay.
have one,
One, that's right, that's
but this opens it up to being publicized in the community.
okay, all right. Okay, yeah. So it says, to whom it may concern, a vacancy exists on the Danville Independent Board of Education as of January 1, 2023. One seat in the district at large formerly held by an elected person that could not fulfill the position. The unexpired term for this seat is to be set to end on December 31, 2025. The board will proceed to appoint an individual to fill this seat for the unexpired term pursuant to KRS 160.190 and Board Policy 01.3. Sincerely, Dr. Ross, Superintendent, and also the Board Secretary. So that is taken. So that will,
Board Chair, if I make a comment.
yes.
I also think it's important to know, according to KSBA policy, the window starts of the day of the termination, or the so once he sent the letter in, and once the board acknowledged the letter at the last board meeting.
All that, Mr. McClure.
Mhm. And I did not realize that. I didn't realize that till last week when we were looking at, but that's when that window to have the vacancy posting starts.
Okay.
So we're in good standing right now, but if we would have waited to the January 23rd
Oh,
meeting.
you've been in violation.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, will this be published? How are we gonna publish it, Susan?
Olivia's taking care of the newspaper,
Okay.
publication. It'll go out tomorrow, or?
No, I didn't know about that. I was planning for the, let me pull up the dates. I was planning for the 17th and the 24th. Is the 24th too late?
Well, I think this is the important meeting as far as the timeline goes.
Okay,
So I think from that point, we'll be fine.
okay, so the 17th, 24th.
But it can go on social media now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it can go on the social media, the website, pretty much whenever we want, as long as it's like
We'll
after
do that
10 now.
immediately then.
Yeah.
And then I already have the notice of vacancies ready to go into the mail for the 4 listed
Okay,
on that letter there, to Frankfurt and then to our county clerk.
So we need to approve this one.
Probably should have a motion to approve the
I can do that, I'll make a motion.
vacancy in the,
Approve the notice of board vacancies as presented.
I second that.
all, you heard the motion to approve the vacancy, and it has been seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposes, there are none, it is approved unanimously, so that is now official. And we will go to item number 6. Item number 6 is the 2023 board calendar. Dr. Ross, you need to make any comments on that?
No, I will say that I did speak to my mentor, and I looked at the last year's calendar to make the suggestions for these current dates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the only changes I saw was just March and February, but I'm assuming February you won't be here that week, correct? And then the original one that we had.
You're correct, I will not be here, you're exactly right, but that's not why
I mean, it's
yeah,
fine.
but I will not be here. I will be at a conference.
Okay.
Okay. And those two, the regular work session, they'll be off-site. February will be in El Tolliver, and March will be at John Debate Middle School. Okay. Have you all looked at this before? Can you look at it? I'd like to get a motion to approve that 2023 board calendar.
I make a motion to approve the 2023 board calendar.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and proper second that we will approve the board calendar for 2023 as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposes? There are none. It is approved. Finance update. There is no information on the finance update. Susan told me prior to we opened up our session tonight that they didn't have the information on that, so we will not have anything on the finance update.
I have a couple things, Glenn, if y'all are
Oh,
interested.
go ahead, no problem.
So we have, on the tax collection, we have collected 92% of the bills, but we've collected 96% of the dollars. So 92% of the bills collected. We still have outstanding 458 tax bills to collect, for a total of an outstanding bill of $303,046. You all did not have, you don't have the bank reconciliation. That will be available at the next January board meeting, as will also the working budget will be presented but not voted on at that next board meeting in
Okay.
January. You all did receive the, I'm assuming the vendor, did you get the vendor list? Okay. Well, you'll get it at the the next January board meeting. There will be 2 things that I'll point out since I won't be here at that meeting. First being the tax refund that was refunded to Corning. You all may remember that. That was a large bill that we have spread over 3 years.
Mhm.
We have just made our second payment. Our third payment will be made next year.
Okay.
The other large invoice that we had was to Hunter Knepschild. I'm not sure how to. Knepschild, thank you. That was for $86,568. That was for the softball restrooms and concession building. But I think those are the only 2 that you'll find unusual for the month.
Okay, all right, very good. Esther, you looked over some things already, have you?
Yeah, everything's good. Sorry, I'm taking notes.
Okay.
The W-2s were printed today and will go out this week. The 1095s will be finished before the end of the week. So we're all good there as well.
Do we need to have a vote on this? Vince?
no.
I didn't think so, just for our information only. Okay, very good. The next one will be facilities. And that's a quote from the lot course. And that's, that you, Mr. Dunn?
Yes. That's for at Tolliver, they have the click key, the electronic key, and we continuously have issues with it. So the keys, you have to reprogram them. Actually, right now the software has locked us out, so we're working to try to get it unlocked.
Oh, gosh.
So, but it's a constant struggle, and this is to remove those electronic click keys and to just put a regular key core in there.
Okay,
It's $11,295, and that's for the click keys and the labor. We got another quote from someone else, but they don't do they just sell you the core, they don't do the labor.
oh, okay,
And, I made this guy, Keith could do it, but it would take him a long time to replace 68 cores.
ooh, gosh,
So,
yes, he'd be busy. Use overtime on that.
yes, and this company that did put in that we have it from, that's who rekeyed the entire district. So he's familiar with, our equipment, and if we had to change anything, that's who we would have to go through to, get the new cores or whatever we needed.
Okay. So this is just for our information right now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So the technology didn't work out quite well?
No.
Okay. And that is a pain. Get locked out. Gosh, oh man. Okay, very good. Thank you very much for the
Glenn,
information.
I think you need a motion on that because of the expense amount. It's over
Ready
at
to-
10,000.
Is it ready
Yeah.
to accept?
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, $11,295.16. We have to vote, okay, I have to vote on that. Okay. Well, I will entertain a motion to approve this quote.
I so move.
I second that.
All in favor of approving this quote for $11,295.60 from Acme? I'll say aye. Aye. Any opposers? There are none. It is approved. And won't get locked out. Now, staffing. And I think that's you also, Dr. Ross.
Well, you'll get a full staffing list in the next meeting, but there's no major shifts except for the huge loss of our one and only Dr. Stephanie Blevins. I just want to say thank you. We've only had her for a few months, but the work that she's done has been impeccable. The relationships that she has established with the team, I know it seems crazy to think that she's put processes in place, but even today, her meeting with our district bookkeepers, so it's a huge, heavy lift. But I thank her drastically for helping us get some things in place and putting some processes in order and just getting us back focused and steadying the ship. So very grateful for you. I know that this is an emotional decision. Something that she's passionate about, and I get it. I understand. And purpose is why we get up every day. So I'm grateful to you, but we're going to truly miss you.
I do want to say too that you have been super supportive, could not have been more supportive, and provided me with all the tools that you had at your fingertips, so I appreciate that.
Gotta make your job easier, because the numbers and the dollars, everybody will fuss about everything else. They fuss about that. I know that for a fact. So we do appreciate your service you give to the district.
Well, you've got a great staff.
And wherever you go in the future, Godspeed.
And I do want to say it's a partnership
It is.
still, with the United Way and us, so I'm excited about that as well.
Very, very, very good. Thank you very, very much. Next item is graduation. Is that you too, Dr. Ross?
Well, it's just a date. The main thing is
The letter of agreements and all that good stuff. We have to vote on those, don't we? Yes, I thought we would have to. The letter of agreement and I saw them here. Let me see.
And Mr. Lumen done all the legwork, or his team, all the legwork to make that happen, so we're excited about getting that squared away.
Yes, well ahead of time. Well, have you all seen that?
Yes.
I'd like to entertain a motion to accept this, the graduation dolls that have been presented to us.
I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented.
I'll second that.
It has been moved and proper second to accept the agreement that has been put in place. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? There are none. It is approved. Now we have item number 11, which is the Deeper Learning Conference. Susan, that's where I'm supposed to go in San Diego.
So can I speak to that a little bit?
Yes, sir.
So the deeper learning agreement that we have with Central Kentucky Education Cooperative and with KDE, this conference is a extension of that. So they're paying for the registration of 2 people, but the grant pays for the travel. It's not paid for out of district funds.
Right.
Right. So the grant covers the cost of the travel for those individuals. Just want to clarify that.
I pray they have some good weather going out there and can get back.
And who's going down here?
The 2 people that we have going is Shelby Cameron. She's the instructional coach at the high school, and Ms. Shearer, the instructional coach at Bay Middle.
Okay. You familiar with them? Okay.
And they both are very strong, dependable, reliable leaders in the district, and we know that they will not only bring information back, but have the capacity to share that information with the rest of the team.
Now, since this is not coming out of funding from the district, we don't have to vote on this, do we? We do?
Well, it's still, the check was still going to be written by the district. so-
Oh, okay, I understand. I will accept the motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve, let's see here, I'm looking at the wrong thing. The Deeper Learning Conference as presented.
A second.
It has been moved and proper second that we approve the funding for the conference out in San Diego. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposes? There are none. It is approved. Now we'll go to item 12, ACDA conference. Is that the same thing?
It's the, I want to say it's the American Choir Directors Association.
Right, yes.
Who's gonna speak to that? You, Dr. Ross, or someone else?
It's just
I'll
a choir
speak real quick.
Uh-oh.
It's going to be paid out of ESSER money, and the conference is in Cincinnati. That's why you all are approving it, because it's out of state. So
Okay.
it's very close in the borders of Kentucky, but since it's out of state, we need your approval. But the Bate Middle School and High School Choir Director is going.
Okay,
And
okay,
it's out of ESSER.
okay. I will accept a motion to approve that.
I move that we accept, that we approve the ACDA conference.
I second that.
It has been moved, motion approved, and a second that we approve this ACDA conference in Central Ohio. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? There are none. It is approved. There is no consent agenda for tonight. Is there?
It's the Rotary.
Oh,
Do I get to throw mine
no comment.
Board, leave it alone.
You just signed a paper like 5 minutes ago.
These are dues for Dr. Gregory Ross to be a part of the Rotary Club.
I make a motion that we approve Dr. Ross's Rotary Club dues.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second. We approve the dues for Dr. Ross' membership to the Rotary Club. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? There are none. It is approved. Yeah, we're down to item 14.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
You can make motions yourself, I think. You should adjourn.
No, I'm gonna be like that.